Extensive exercise question number 3. In the calculation, each letter represents a different digit. What is the product? So you see, basically, you only have two different letters, which is A and B. And we can know B really fast, because know that B times by 6 gives you 0. And B have only one choice, which is 5. And I'm going to replace B by 5. So what do we have? Going to be A5 times A6, right? So let's do this step by step. 5 times by 6, you got 30, right? And then A times by 6 will be this number, but we don't know that. So I'm going to mark that for you. This is A times by 6. And then we're going to do 5 times by A. And you're going to write that number at this place is 5 times by A, right? Or A times by 5, the same thing. And then you have to do A times by A. And if you do A times by A, that will be at this place, the number. This is A times by A. And if you add these numbers together, so you bring down the 0. And if you take a look at this column, you'll get the answer directly. Let's see. All right. So what does that mean? So you got 0, right? Because this is 0. That means 3 plus this digit gives you 0. So the sum of these two digits equals to 7, right? Must be 7 or let's say 17. But how do you get the sum of these two numbers? So how about we use CD to represent it? How can we get the sum of CD? Or in other words, how can we know it's CD, C plus D must be 7 or 17. And you know that if you add these two numbers, right? If you add these two numbers, the last digit must be 7, right? So what's the sum of that two digits? That is just A times by 6 plus A times by 5. So that is A times by 11. What does that mean? If you want to get 7 at one digit, A must be 7, right? Because that way you can get 0 at this place. So we know. So A equals to 7. And then we solve the question. Let's say, what do we have? 75 times 76. Let's see, what is the product? 6 times by 5 is 30. You carry over 3. You get a 0. 7 times by 6 is 42. Plus 3 is 45. 7 times by 5 is 35. Carry over 3. 7 times 7 is 49. Plus 3 is 52. Okay, it's 52. And now we can get the answer. 0, 5 plus 5, carry over 1, get a 0. 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 7, and you get a 5. So the final product equals to 5,700. The answer.